evening, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan. This is Detour. Today I wanted to make a video about some of the reasons why I personally decided to start a YouTube channel. I want to talk about some of the things that inspired me to start a YouTube channel. I want to talk about what kind of events led up to me deciding that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, as we know now is Detour. First, I want to start off by having a brief moment of silence for our friend Lanier's S8. Remember Lanier from my video where I had two S8s in the driveway. Lanier had that beautiful gray S8 on the trailer that he was taking to get the carbon cleaning and the misfire taken care of. Well, unfortunately, just this last week, the week of Lanier's birthday, he hit a deer in his S8, which is just so sad. He was just driving along, deer hit him right on the front driver's side fender, hit the windshield, crushed the roof, messed up both doors on that side. So really unfortunate to see that, because S8s aren't just any other Audi on the road. They're very limited production numbers in the US, and to see one get taken out like that. Now, we don't know what the insurance company is going to do. My best guess is they're going to total it, just because the S8 parts are very expensive, and it has the aluminum bodywork. I'll make sure that I keep you guys updated on what happens with that, but my condolences, Lanier. Very sorry to hear that. Hope everything works out and you find something equally fun to drive that you're also passionate about. So moving on with tonight's video. So I feel like I need to give a bit of a backstory on where I came from as far as my background with cars. If you've been following the channel, you know that I live in Minnesota, but I didn't grow up here. So I grew up for the first 20 some odd years of my life in Washington State. So that's where I grew up. That's where my parents still live. That's where some of my friends still are. And basically, when you live somewhere for that long, you develop a community around cars and what you're passionate about. And when I moved to Minnesota, I left that community, and building that back up is difficult. The first reason that I started a YouTube channel is to get back into the car community here in Minnesota. So growing up in Washington, I've had cars around me my whole life. So starting with my dad and my mom, they were both car lovers. My dad had a couple of Porsches. He had a 911 and a 912. As you guys met my mom in the video a few videos back, she bought a brand new I guess Datsun at the time, Datsun Z, a 240Z, which is now a collector's item, but she bought that. I have two older brothers. Both of them are into cars as well, and you've met both of them, but we kind of spent our time just working on cars, either restoring them or modifying them, or that's just kind of what we did for fun as a family. Throughout the years, I've had different cars, anything from my first car was an '84 Chevy K5 Blazer that I worked on almost every square inch of that thing. And I'll try to find a picture of it and put a picture here. That was just kind of my project truck, and things just kind of morphed from there. I've had everything from a lowered Chevy Silverado. I had a 2005 Cat Eye Silverado, regular cab, short bed, 5.3 liter V8. I lowered it 4.6, 4 inches in the front, 6 inches in the back, and I did all that work myself. I put a DJM lowering kit on it, did the flip kit in the back, notched the frame, and that was my first vehicle that I had ever gotten brand new. And basically went in and cutting the frame on a vehicle that only has about 600 miles on it is a little nerve-wracking. So, but that was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this stuff, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. After that, I had a WRX, and then my wife and I, we met and we got married, and we've had different fun cars. So she had she had a 2002 Beetle. I don't know if you guys have ever driven the original, not the original, but like the 2002 Volkswagen Beetles. They're super not manly, but they're pretty actually fun to drive just because of the way they're set up. The wheels are way out at the corners. They handle pretty well. Not fast. Ours was just the naturally aspirated one. But after that, my wife drove a Mini Cooper S. Absolutely loved that car. Blast to drive. The supercharged model, it was a 2006. There's been different fun cars that I've dealt with throughout my car owning career, and we can go through all the different cars that I've owned in the past and my thoughts on those in a different vehicle. But basically where I want to get to is right up until we had kids. We were expecting our first kid. My wife and I, we were both working. I had a 2005 Cadillac CTS-V, which is a super fun car. I can't say that the quality of the build on those cars is really great, but I had a blast owning it. It's a really, really great car. Sounded amazing. My wife was driving a 2006 Trailblazer SS. So between the two of us, we had about 800 horsepower sitting in the driveway. So we had a lot of fun with those. But then we had our first kid, and I sold my CTS-V and we bought a Tahoe. And that's kind of where things evolved or devolved. Basically, I sold my fun car and we started focusing on the family, which is fine. Like, I love my family, obviously. And over the course of the next 6 years, we changed a few cars in between then and now. And so fast forward to about a year ago. Believe it or not, before I had my S8, I was driving a 1998 Isuzu Trooper that I bought from my neighbor directly across from me. You probably see his garage in my videos all the time. I bought it for $1,000. And basically, that's where I was at. And don't get me wrong, I took great pride in that Trooper because I bought it for $1,000 because it had some things wrong with it, and I went in and I redid a bunch of stuff, and I did shocks, and I did a new starter, and I did this and that to get it up to where I was proud to drive it because that's what I had, and my wife had the Armada at the time, or we still have the Armada, and I just kind of took a step back and said, we have our 2 kids now. This is where our family's at. I would really like to make a conscious effort to get back into things that I really enjoy. And for me, that's cars. And so that is where the S8 came in. How that translates into a YouTube channel is I had been watching people like James, the Stradman, and Mike, Street Speed 717. They were both very inspiring to me because they're just normal dudes that just picked up a camera and started filming what they are passionate about. Mike, his dream car was a Corvette at the time, and James, his dream car was his Lamborghini Gallardo, which happens to be mine as well. But they both went out and got their dream cars, and YouTube made that happen for them. And so I'm just like, well, if these guys can do it, I'm going to make a promise to myself to get in there, make a conscious effort to, once a week, I'm going to devote some time to creating a YouTube video to put out there, not only for you guys to enjoy, but to also get my mindset refocused on cars. And now that I'm in Minnesota, I left my car community back in Washington, so the YouTube channel is going to build that car community back up for me. I've already met some amazing people along the way that I would have never met had I not started the channel. That was the first reason, getting back into the car community, getting involved in cars and doing things like that I enjoy again. The second reason was just plain my passion for cars. Now, many people look at YouTubers and they go, oh wow, they're just filming themselves for about 10 or 15 minutes, putting a video up online, and they become a success. That is true, except the amount of time we put into filming, that accounts for maybe a quarter of the time that goes into a video. The rest of the time goes into coming up with ideas, but really the biggest time suck is editing the videos. When I first started, I was spending 5 to 6 hours editing videos because I was using GoPro Studio at the time, which I do not recommend. It's free, but it takes forever to process videos. So now I'm using iMovie on my phone, which I can process much faster, and I can produce relatively good content for you guys. There's a reason that people are successful at making automotive YouTube videos. They are passionate about cars, and it can't be about the money, because it's just not enough to be motivating to produce good content. You have to do it because you're passionate about it and it's what you love, and it can't be the only driving factor. If that's the only driving factor for starting a YouTube channel for you, I'm afraid you're gonna fail. Find something that you're passionate about and follow that passion. I was the kid growing up that had floor-to-ceiling car posters on my wall. That's motivating for me, because I knew from a young age that cars are what I loved and what I'm passionate about. But what's really difficult is you're passionate about that, but how do you translate that into something that you want to do the rest of your life? I have a full-time job outside of YouTube, clearly, and it's not in the automotive industry. I work that job every day because it supports me and it supports my family, and I'm very thankful for my job. Obviously I would love to make videos become my main source of income in the future, or have YouTube lead me to something that wouldn't have necessarily been available to me before. Something that I'm passionate about, something that I'm excited to come home and tell my family about and talk to my friends about. So that's a big thing for me. So I'm passionate about cars. I have a degree in graphic design and digital media from Washington State University. Go Cougs. And so my passion for cars and my degree in digital media roughly translates into video editing, even though I didn't do any of that in college, but I have a kind of an artistic side, and that certainly helps with making video. So it was kind of a great fit for me. What isn't a great fit for me is the fact that I have to talk on camera. I can't tell you how difficult that was for me in the beginning. Aiming a camera at my face and just talking to a camera, especially in front of other people. For an introvert like me, that is so not second nature to me. I feel very uncomfortable doing it, but when you're passionate about something and you want to make a conscious change in your life, doing things that are uncomfortable are really gonna be a lot easier to do because you're motivated to do them. Back to where I was with the kids. So basically I got out of touch. With cars that I was passionate about. I had given up my fun cars. I sort of felt like my dreams, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, my dream has always been to own a supercar. And right now that dream to me looks like a Lamborghini Gallardo. I'm very motivated to get there, and this is kind of an avenue that I've chosen. Be like, this is what I need to do. This is how I'm gonna get there. Making videos for you guys is how I'm gonna do it. Before I started the YouTube channel, I felt that dream slipping away. And I was kind of just reasoning with myself, just saying, you know, this is kind of the direction my life is headed now. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with not owning a supercar. This is just something that means something to me. Other people have other things that they're passionate about, and that's fine. One of my passions obviously is my family. That's why I spent so much time focusing on them and giving up some of the things that I enjoyed doing, because I love my family and I love my wife and I love my kids, and obviously I would do anything for them. And when you have limited means, that is going to be my primary focus, is taking care of my family, making sure we have everything we need, making sure we have a roof over our heads and reliable car for my wife to drive the kids around in. Anyway, I got a little off track there. Where I was going with that, I kind of felt my dream of owning a supercar slipping away, or being very drastically delayed. And so I kind of just told myself, I'm going to make a conscious effort to put dedicated time into building a YouTube channel. I promised myself I'm going to make one video a week for a year and see what happens. And you guys have been so supportive. We've gone so much further than I ever expected. We have just over 2,300 subscribers right now, which just blows my mind. I wasn't a super popular guy in high school. I was just kind of the guy that kind of liked to stay in the background. And I had my close-knit group of friends, and I was okay with that. 2,300 people follow me on YouTube. That's more than my entire high school combined. And I went to a large high school, Richland High School. Go Bombers. So that's crazy to me. I feel totally blessed, even with you know, having 2,300 subscribers. That's really cool. 2,300 people have said, hey, you know, I can identify with the videos this guy's making. I'd like to follow and see what he's doing, and that means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for that. And I plan to continue to make videos. We'll just see where it goes from here, because I can guarantee you right now, with the way things are going, that I will have a supercar on this channel. That is one of my goals, to make that happen sooner rather than later. And I think we can do it. I know I can do it. So a little explanation on the name of Auto Detour. Auto Detour is literally what it sounds like. Auto being cars, vehicles. Detour is that conscious detour I took from where my life was headed to where I kind of wanted to consciously make a change and make it go. So Auto Detour literally means to me, you know, I'm gonna stop where I'm at right here, and I'm gonna make a change to achieve one of my lifelong dreams of getting more involved with cars and working my way towards supercar ownership. In a lot of words, that is really the main reason that I started a YouTube channel. And you know, it was not an easy step for me. I took a huge leap of faith buying the S8. That was a big chunk of change for me, and my wife and I agreed that if this is the direction we want to take things, you know, we got to put a little bit of skin in the game, and this is that. You know, this is just not something that was given to me or was easy decision for us to make. And I absolutely love the car, and I'm so pleased that you guys really enjoy the videos on it, because, you know, that is a big risk that you take. You know, are the people really gonna like the car that you chose to put on the channel? This was my first Audi. I'm not an Audi guy. I don't particularly identify with one brand. I love cars and trucks. You know, I've had lifted trucks, I've had lowered trucks, I've had modified cars, I've had V8s, I've had turbo 4-cylinders. You know, I really like it all, and it's all interesting to me. And I'm really in love with where I'm at with this car right now. And then, you know, I have my truck, which is, I keep looking over there. It's sitting behind me, or behind the camera. You guys can't see it. That truck is special to me, not only because it's, here, I'll turn you guys around here. So there's my truck over there. That truck is special to me because not only was it a family vehicle, my family's owned it since it was brand new, but It's also super clean. It's been well maintained. So if you guys enjoy cars and you enjoy the car community and you stuck to the end of this long video, please consider subscribing, because I'm really excited to see where this channel is taking me. I'm very excited with where we've come so far. Stick around and go for the ride with me. You guys are here now, which is awesome. Thank you so much. Obviously, once I get a Gallardo, there's gonna be people that follow me because I have a Lamborghini. That'll help the channel grow even more, which is exciting. And then who knows where it goes from there. Maybe the Lamborghini Gallardo turns into a Lamborghini and an R8. Who knows where we're at then? Maybe a Huracan, or maybe we even do a big diesel truck build. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I got another review coming up really soon, so stay tuned for that. We'll talk to you guys next time.